Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Georgia. Oh my god, it's been literally near on 2 months since I have said that intro. Now, I'm really sorry to anyone who's been like expecting videos from me for the past 2 months and I just haven't. Because, you know, my life's just been really busy and it's my last year of university. I've been really busy with that and I've just added more things in my life. Like, you know, I've been going to the gym a lot more and I've been going swimming a lot more and I've just been doing a lot more busy things that I wasn't doing before, and I just lost track of everything. So yeah, but I'm back, I'm raring to go. I'm actually really excited for this because I haven't done it for so long, and I thought, you know what, to mark my coming back, I would react to somebody new. Now, it's crazy that I've never reacted to this guy before because he is English, you know, I find him very funny. I watched him in a show called Afterlife and I loved him in that, and that's where he's playing a character. And you know, I thought, you know what, watching him as himself might be even more funny. So yeah, it is, if you haven't guessed, Ricky Gervais. Now, I found one called Ricky Gervais Making People Upset for 10 minutes. And you know what, I thought that'd be funny, you know, seeing him just possibly offend people. And yeah, so yeah, let's get on with the video.
Out there, well done, Winslet. I told you, do a Holocaust movie, the awards come, didn't I? See? Trouble is with Holocaust films, there's never any gag reel on the DVDs. I don't know, there isn't. It's, now, don't do it. It'll be fine. But you all look lovely, all dolled up. You came here in your limos. I came here in a limo tonight, and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no. Shush.
How are you? Nice to have you here.
Oh, it's great to be here.
Yeah.
Nice new studio.
This is new. This is a new experience, yes.
Yeah, it's great to...
Giant moon, big fake moon behind you.
Actually, the studio was easier to find than the channel on the TV. All female remakes are the big thing. There's a female remake of Ghostbusters. There's going to be a female remake of Ocean's 11. And this is brilliant.
Look, I don't think I necessarily need to say it. I mean, actually, there's not much point I do need to make on it apart from the female remake of Ghostbusters. I just wasn't quite sure that I liked it, you know, but that's what I'm going to say on it because I don't know if he's going to make a joke or anything, so I'm just going to wait and see what joke he makes because, I mean, I know what I think about the female remake of that movie and, you know, whatever.
Female remake of Ghostbusters. There's going to be a female remake of Ocean's 11, and this is brilliant for the studios because they get guaranteed box office results and they don't have to spend too much money on the cast. So... Shut up, I don't care. You're so macho, aren't you?
I know, it's a
You're so tough. I'm glad you got your shirt on. You always have to show a bit of that, don't you? No. It's for the menopausal women. And go, oh, look, he's taking his shirt. You walked to the restaurant the other week carrying a stag. Who do you think you are? 4. Hold on. You're one of about 5 people that have been invited round my house. I'm a very sort of private person, apart from, like, you know, workmen and postmen.
Make me feel special.
Yeah.
That Alan Carr, a postman round here? Refuse collector?
Yeah, well, at least they're useful.
I can't believe this. You had a birthday and is it 50 years old? You're not 50 years old. Are you really 50 years old?
50, yeah.
I mean, you look tremendous. You look like you're 35. If somebody had said to me, how old? I said 35. 35, honestly. You look exactly like you did the first, except you're in better shape.
Would he say that though? Like, really? He would say that he looks 35 there? Look, Ricky, I'm not judging you, but I'm not going to stand here and say you look 35 in that. I'm sorry. That guy is bloking smoke right up your ass, Ricky Gervais.
It's 35. 35, honestly. You look exactly like you did the first, except you're in better shape. Remember you used to come out, you're sort of pear-shaped when you come out? Now you look great. You
didn't say that at the time, though, did you?
No, I didn't know what to think.
Well, no. You said, well, you look good now because I looked awful before. That's all you're saying. I needed you to say it before. You're pear-shaped. I'd have worked out faster than now.
But how do you feel at 50? Good, right?
Well, yeah. I'm grumpier. I think I'm grumpier.
Grumpier?
Yeah. I understand you a lot more now. Do you know what I mean? No. I never knew you were this weird.
Really?
you kept it. We were together for a couple of days.
I know.
You're absolutely mental.
In a nice way? Yeah.
That's all. Stop all the signs and say, chill, bro. Sorry. You're not giving them. You know, they come out, they park their cars, they've got babysitters, they haven't paid. Why would you? That'd be mental. But if I was you, I'd be going, thank you so much, these people, and giving them, you know what I mean?
A new series of extras starts this week. Congratulations on getting a second series, essentially, but also...
Congratulations on already fucking it up. It's next week, you moron. It was shoddy.
You know what I find? I love when someone actually shows their like complete awkwardness of what the other person's just said, but like he actually makes them feel uncomfortable. Because I find a lot of comedians and stuff, when they say jokes in interviews, sometimes it's like the news people or the people sat around don't really know how to take it. Do you know what I mean? The guys are like, okay. Do you know what I mean? And I just find it funny when a comedian makes someone feel so uncomfortable that they don't know how to take it. Because, you know, it's just like, for watching it, it's TV gold, it's TV, it's comedy gold, and it's the TV kind of stuff we want to see as viewers. You know, we want to see comedians making people feel uncomfortable, because that is Ricky Gervais as a comedian, isn't it? He goes out of his way to make kind of rude jokes, crude jokes that everyone just laughs at or responds really weirdly at, and it's always funny when people respond weird because they're like, I don't know how to respond to that kind of thing. I think, you know, that's how he is. I'm gonna guess, you know, that's Ricky Gervais for you.
It was shoddy. It was, I mean, you didn't write it, and that's... But do it like it's your... Do it like you were clever enough to come up with this joke yourself, okay?
Because I would love to try stand-up. I'd love to do stand-up.
I think it'd be good. I think it'd be good.
You say that, but when I try and write a joke, I get the opening bit. I say, that's a funny idea. Madonna's got divorced. And then I think... Yeah.
Where's my writers?
You know, I don't... Well, yeah, I don't...
And I went out and said, I've got no Will Smith material.
Right, I am sorry. I'm so sorry for pausing it again. But, you know, it's my first time being back after 2 months. I feel like, you know, it's a deserved Georgia ramble. Now, this is nothing to do with Ricky, and I know I should probably be talking about Ricky Gervais himself in this video, but I'm not going to. I'm going to talk about the fact that just reminded me how, for the past few weeks, I've been saying that I want to be a comedian, and how I will be the new breakout comedian star, and everyone else like, no, Georgia, you're not funny, you can't be a comedian. And I stand there like, I actually think sometimes I can be quite funny, because of like, you know, like him, you know, I feel like I've got the sarcastic humour going on, like, you know, us English people have, and, you know, I feel like I could do it. And I've been saying to everybody, you know, this wit and this charm, it takes practice to withhold, and I feel like I withhold it. You know, the wit and charm that I carry is second to none, and I feel like I could be a comedian because of it. And I feel like, you know, maybe I can't write jokes, but, you know, I feel like I can deliver stories of my personal, you know, my personal stories and things like I say in life. I feel like I can deliver in a funny way. Do you know what I mean? And also, on this topic, I've also been saying, so you know how Bill Burr did if you know Bill Burr, he did a comedy skit called No Reason to Hit a Woman, and he was just making like jokes about how there are many reasons to actually hit women. And basically, I've decided that I want to do one in response called No Reason to Hit a Man, because I thought, you know, it could be a response to Bill Burr, and that would be quite funny. And I also thought, right, I have a friend called Gabby, she's been on actually my reactions before, and if you know her, I said we could be the female versions of Ant and Dec. I feel like that's what England is looking for right now, just 2 female versions of Ant and Dec, and I feel like it would work. It would work, you know. And I'm going to watch the video now and stop rambling every 5 seconds. But yeah.
Where's my writers?
You know, I don't... Well, yeah, I don't...
And I went out and said, I've got no Will Smith material, and they got a big laugh just because they were thinking it. Like, oh, yeah, that's my show. I wasn't there, right? And I said, people on Twitter, it was trending, people saying, oh, what would have happened if Ricky had been hosting it? And I said, nothing, because I wouldn't have made a joke about his wife's hair. I'd have made a joke about her boyfriend. I haven't offended anyone. I didn't mean, it's not my fault. There's a lot of powerful people here, so if I said it's... Honestly, I like a drink as much as the next man. Unless the next man is Mel Gibson.
For everybody, you went to the Achilles heel of everybody. Like when you tell a woman who's, you know, that it's, you know, she looks old, that just hits a woman deep in the...
Who did I say that to?
I think you said something about the Sex and the City women, like about...
I said it was airbrushed, and I said, we know how old you are, girls. I saw one of you in an episode of Bonanza. No, I was saying, why lie? There's nothing wrong with being 50 or looking 50.
But you're not a woman. I get you.
Oh my God, just listen to him. Do you know what though? I really hate when people do that when they don't listen. I'm like, I know it's a joke. I know he's making a joke. I know it's probably the interview comedian dynamic. But I'm like, look, the man is just trying to say that there's nothing wrong with being, like, when people come at people for making a joke, taking it all serious like it's gospel, and I'm like, clearly he was just trying to say that why are you trying to lie? And why are you trying to say you're not 50? Because what's wrong with being 50? What's wrong with looking 50? What's wrong with having lived 50 years of life? That's actually quite spectacular that you've managed to live 50 years of life and nothing's happened to you yet. That's pretty impressive. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, sometimes I'm like, take the joke, and sometimes I'm like, don't take a joke and twist it, you know, make it like he was trying to be horrible to you. I don't know what I'm getting so irate about that, but I just wanted to explain how sometimes it just bothers me a little bit. I think it's because it happens to me in real life and it just bothers me. I'm like, oh my God, that's not what I meant, and you've taken it wrong, you know?
There's nothing wrong with being 50 or looking 50.
But you're not a woman. I get you.
I don't think you lose your sexuality. Just looking at all the faces here reminds me of some of the great work that's been done this year by cosmetic surgeons. It is an honour to be here in a room full of what I consider to be the most important people on the planet. Actors. They're just better than ordinary people, aren't they? We all know that.
No one's laughing, literally no one.
Imagine a world without actors. Oh God, it doesn't bear thinking about it. Imagine if they ever went on strike. Oh, what would we do? You couldn't replace them. You couldn't replace them with any other profession, lawyers or doctors. Can you imagine a real surgeon doing what Hugh Laurie does in House? It would be pathetic. He'd be all over the place. We're going, oh, where do I stand? How's my American accent? What's my lines? You know, Hugh, with the aid of coaches and stuff, can eventually learn his lines while saving lives. He's a genius. How could you replace Kiefer Sutherland in 24? I'd love to see a real anti-terrorist agent try and defuse a bomb in a busy train station in 1 hour. Some of those scenes, by the way, where Kiefer grabs someone and beats them to a pulp, they weren't even in the script. The director just said, keep rolling, we'll work it into the... But actors aren't just loved here in Hollywood, they are loved the world over because they're recognisable. You can be anywhere. You could be in the third world, okay, and you get a glimpse of a Hollywood star and it makes you feel better, okay? You could be a little child, a little Asian child with no possessions and no money, but you see a picture of Angelina Jolie and you think, oh, Mummy.
Do you know what? I'm telling you, it is the sarcastic delivery. Sarcastic delivery, I feel like, just beats all kinds of comedy, you know? That's what I'm going to take into my comedy, you know? Clearly I'm trying to become a comedian and I've decided that that's what I'm going to take into my comedian life, is being sarcastic. I feel like it's like the English sarcastic delivery, because it's the English accent. I know I have an English accent, but his just makes it sound funnier for some reason. And I also think it's just English sarcasm, you know. And look, I'm not saying that no other country can have, you know, sarcastic humour, that no other country harbours sarcasm, but I'm just saying, I mean, from a very biased, you know, English perspective, I think we deliver it the best. You know, I think our sarcasm is just delivered with a finesse that is just, it overrules all other countries in the sense of sarcasm, you know, and I feel like it's just better.
About our next two presenters. The first is an actor, producer, writer and director whose movies have grossed over $3.5 billion at the box office. He's won 2 Academy Awards and 3 Golden Globes for his powerful and varied performances, starring in such films as Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, Castaway, Apollo 13 and Saving Private Ryan. The other is Tim Allen.
Well, you know, like many of you, we recall back when Ricky Gervais was a slightly chubby but very kind comedian.
Yeah. Neither of which is he now.
Mainly Star Trek.
memorabilia because I love Star Trek.
Such a nerd.
Have you never been in a Star Trek?
No, I've never been in a Star Trek, but I love the original series. So I have, like, I have the Gorn head from the original series from the episode Arena, where
I know.
I know. I'm just nodding.
Oh, the Gorn head. The Gorn head.
I have.
What the Gorn head?
Every time you're on the program, I try to do this, and it always comes out very clumsy. Let me try it one more time. Possibly the best television show ever. What do you think?
Oh, possibly. What do you mean?
What have you named your private parts?
Pamela. Our next presenter is the Queen of Pop. Not you, Alton. Sit down. This is... She's all woman. I'll give you some clues. She's always Vogue. She's a material girl. And she's just like a virgin. Please welcome Madonna.
If I'm still just like a virgin, Ricky, then why don't you come over here and do something about it? I haven't kissed a girl in a few years. On TV.
See? I would just say it's all in his delivery, and his sarcasm is great. You know, his tone of voice he uses is good. It's very quick, it's very witty, and it's very light-hearted, and I like that. And it also just makes me feel like I'm at home, which sounds really weird, but I mean, like, listening to his jokes, I feel like it just reminds me of England and, like, just all the people around me and how we make jokes to each other, and it's just very like that. And I feel that's why maybe, I don't know if it's true, but I feel like that's why English people kind of find him more funny than I find people from other countries do. So people from other countries are very much like, I don't think he's that funny, but I feel like, you know, because, you know, he's English and stuff, and I'm not saying we've got our own humour and all that, you know, I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to, like, make out like we're some special kind of specimen and we've only got these jokes, but what I'm saying is it's the delivery, and it's how we all communicate with each other, and, you know, it's just how it is here. And I find, you know, speaking from experience and speaking from being an English person, he just reminds me of England, basically. So yeah, if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please turn on the notification bell. Goodbye.